You know, in the world of cybersecurity, there's this huge idea that's basically flipping decades of security strategy on its head. It's called Zero Trust, and today we're going to break down exactly what it is and, more importantly, why it matters for every single app and service you use.
Okay, so for the longest time, we've thought about cybersecurity kind of like a medieval castle. You know, you build a really strong wall, a perimeter, and a deep moat all around your network. And the rule was simple. Everything inside those walls is trusted and safe. Everything outside, a potential threat. It's a great metaphor, but does it actually hold up anymore?
Well, the short answer? Nope, not at all. That whole fortress model is crumbling because our world just isn't a single castle anymore. We work from coffee shops, our classrooms are online, we're using cloud services for literally everything, from school projects to streaming movies. Our data is everywhere. The old school architecture was just not built for this fast-paced, interconnected world.
And here's the crucial point. There is no more inside or outside. That perimeter, it's basically gone. A threat isn't some invader trying to break down the main gate anymore. The threat could already be inside the castle walls, maybe looking like a trusted user or a normal device. The old security rulebook is officially obsolete.
So, if the old rulebook is out the window, what's the new one? Well, that's where something called Zero Trust Architecture, or ZTA, comes in. This is a security model built from the ground up for the world we actually live in, a world without any perimeters.
Honestly, you can boil the entire philosophy down to these three simple but powerful words. It just completely flips the old model around. Instead of trust but verify, the new rule is never trust, always verify. So what does that mean, really? It means we're throwing out this old, cozy idea of a trusted internal network. We just assume that a threat could be anywhere at any time. So every single request to access anything has to be verified every single time, no matter where it's coming from. Trust is never, ever just given. It has to be earned over and over again.
But hey, this isn't just some abstract idea, right? It's a real practical architecture that's built on a few core principles. These were laid out by NIST. That's the US government agency that kind of sets the standards for this stuff. And it all boils down to two key things, just relentless verification and super strict access control. Let's dig into how that actually works.
All right, so the first pillar is all about continuous authentication. The easiest way to think about it is just a simple rule. Always check ID. Imagine a super strict security guard at some top secret lab, and this guard has zero memory. I mean, it doesn't matter if you just walked out the door 5 seconds ago, the moment you try to come back in, that guard is going to check your ID all over again. Zero Trust does that exact same thing, but digitally, for every user, every device, every single request. No exceptions, no free passes.
Okay, so that's pillar one. Pillar two takes it a step further. Now we're going to build walls inside the castle. This whole concept is called microsegmentation. You see, in that old fortress model, once you got past the main gate, you could pretty much wander anywhere you wanted. Microsegmentation says, no way. Instead of one big open space inside, it creates lots of tiny, secure zones inside the network. Each app, or even a tiny part of an app, gets put into its own little protected bubble.
And why is this such a game changer? Because it contains the damage. If an attacker somehow breaks into one tiny zone, they're trapped there. They can't just move sideways across the network to get to all the other important stuff. The internal walls stop them cold. Think about it. It's the difference between a burglar getting stuck in your front hallway versus them having free rein to go through every single room in your house.
All right, and that brings us to the third pillar, and this is where things get really, really smart. It's about giving access based not just on who you are, but the entire context of what you're doing.
See, Zero Trust is way smarter than just checking a password. It's like a detective asking all these questions in real time. Is this really you? Is the laptop you're using secure and up to date? Are you logging in from your usual spot or somewhere totally random? And is what you're trying to do normal for you? You only get in if the answers to all these questions make sense and the risk is low.
Okay, so let's just do a quick side-by-side to really nail this down. The old fortress model, it trusted you once you were inside. It was all about that one strong perimeter, and it was basically wide open on the inside. The new Zero Trust model, it trusts nobody by default, it assumes there is no perimeter, and it only gives you very specific access based on constant verification and what's happening right now. It is a complete 180.
So when you put these three pillars together, always checking ID, building internal walls, and using context, you get a truly modern defense. But what does this actually mean for us in practice? Well, the impact is probably bigger than you think.
When it comes right down to it, it's all about this one number. In a true zero-trust world, 100% of requests to access anything are treated as if they could be hostile until they are proven to be safe. It's a deny first, ask questions later approach that just fundamentally makes our defenses stronger.
And look, this isn't some abstract thing for giant corporations. We're talking about the very stuff you use every single day. This is the model that protects the cloud apps you use for school, the remote learning platforms you log into for class, and all the services that hold your personal data. This is basically the security framework for our modern digital lives.
And that kind of leaves us with this one big, fascinating question to chew on. If we can't automatically trust anything on a network, what does that even mean for the future of trust online? It forces us to shift from this blind faith in a network to a very explicit, provable trust in an identity. So it's this amazing paradox, right? By starting with zero trust, we're actually building a digital world that's more trustworthy. And that, right there, might be the biggest security upgrade we've ever had.